Could you go into a bit more detail about some of the healthy things in these drinks?
Yes. So ethanol alcohol is the alcohol in that we consume, recreationally, and in small amount, it can help to um, build up or create good cholesterol. And if you have the good cholesterol, then there is less likely, or it can mitigate against heart disease and type 2 diabetes, um, high blood pressure. But it has to be a minimum amount, because if it's in excess, it has the opposite effect. So that's the alcohol itself. Um, Antioxidants are compounds that you get through fermentation. Antioxidants can help to mitigate the effects of something called free radicals, which are molecules that
Yeah.
can cause cancer or aging or all sorts of illnesses and inflammation. There's polyphenols, which are really good, and they can help, in certain ways and support antioxidants and things like that. I'm just going to tell you, beer is full of vitamin B, particularly. It's got minerals and vitamins, but particularly B vitamins. And B vitamins are very important in so many parts of our health, to supporting different areas of our bodies and overall health.
Yeah.
Brewer's yeast. So brewer's yeast is what winemakers, beer makers, cider makers, most and bread makers as well, by the way. It's a strain of yeast that can be made into tablets called brewer's yeast tablets. And brewer's yeast, I take them, by the way, brewer's yeast, and it's in the beer as well, and it's in the drink if it's been made with this particular strain of yeast. Then brewer's yeast is really good for, it's good to help stop onset of type 2 diabetes, but also brewer's yeast is full of goodness and protein and all sorts of lovely things. So if you take the tablets as well, healthy.
Yeah.
Gosh, there's all sorts. So vitamin C, for instance, if you're drinking cider, cider was used on ships when scurvy, that's a disease that you get if
Yeah.
you have a really bad diet and you don't have vitamin C. Terrible, it kills people. In fact, it killed more mariners. Scurvy killed more mariners than all the wars and all the diseases and all the everything else put together. It was an
Wow.
absolute killer. Because, the sailors were away for months. I'm talking about until
Yeah.
about the 19th century. They were away for months, no vitamin C, nothing fresh, and so they got scurvy. Terrible, terrible, terrible. But then it was discovered that cider was a really good way of preventing it. This is before they realised that lime juice or lemon or citrus would be a really good thing, vitamin C. So cider was used. So a lot of mariners would drink cider on the ship. Again, it's medicine.
Yeah. Is that because the apples in the cider is high? Are they high in vitamin C?
Yes, the apples are, and because it's been fermented, it's even more the vitamin C is higher because it's been fermented than it would be if you ate the apple. So eating the apple's good, drinking the cider even better. Plus, it's soluble as well. Also, cider has something called pectin. Pectin is a compound in apples, and that's a prebiotic, so that's really good for your gut health. In fact, all
Oh, okay.
fermented foods and drinks are good for the health of the gut, and they support the immune system. So I think it's either 70 or 80% of the immune cells in a human body are actually in the gut, and that's why it's so
Wow.
important to keep a healthy gut and to have a balanced diet of whole foods, and keep eating different sorts of things. It's called the biome. So get a really healthy
Yeah.
biome in your gut, and you'll have a healthy immune system as well. And
Well,
alcoholic drinks, particularly the non-distilled ones, are really good for that.
that's why people have stuff like kefir, like fermented things, and kimchi, isn't it? Because,
Yes,
like you said, I assume that as they ferment, it kind of increases the nutritional value of those things and increases the amount of kind of good bacteria for the
yes,
gut.
that's exactly it. And so those
Yeah.
lovely fears, kombucha, that's one as well that people drink,
Yeah.
and kimchi and sauerkraut and anything fermented has all those good bacteria in and the the microflora. So, and that's what the fermented drinks do as well.